session on water for cooperation, sharing benefits and costs. Allow me to also welcome our special guests, Excellencies Madam Maria Mutagamba from Uganda, very special minister, strong lady who came all the way here to really honor the Water Expo, but also to share with us her experiences. I also want to welcome His Excellency Kenneth Konga from Zambia, Minister of Water and Energy. Very welcome here.
Good morning to everybody. I am very happy on behalf of Expo Zaragoza and of the Water Tribune to welcome to this very special session where we want to put on top of the table very bluntly, very openly, in a plural manner, all the things that have to do with sharing waters among states.
Thank you, Eduardo. Let's focus on two honorable ministers for water, environment, water and energy. How do you think the Zambezi partners should get involved in the international cooperation?
Zambia, with 7 other riparian states, signed the revised protocol on shared water causes sometime in 2000. This protocol provides the framework for the management, I'll repeat that, for the management of shared water causes in the SADC region. However, signing of this protocol by Zambia has brought about several implications. Before the country can go and then sign international protocols, these national institutions have, first of all, to be streamlined and their roles redefined. Their responsibilities must be redefined for their effective management vis-à-vis the management of the river basin by a regional institution.
As you said, there is a protocol. Zambia has not yet signed. What do you communicate at these consultations to speed up the process that Zambia could enter into the regional, let's say, formal regional cooperation?
Well, the most important, I think, message that we're communicating is that water is a resource which has got, which we should do equitably and reasonably utilize as a country. And we want to mention that our use in Zambia should not have detrimental effects downstream to our neighbors. Yeah, that is very important.
Listening to all these things that were said this morning, earlier in this session, being a minister in the Nile Basin, how do you look at the element of building trust among all these Nile riparian countries?
Uganda is 100% within the Nile Basin. It is neither upper nor lower. It is in the middle. So whatever decisions are taken, either in the upper riparian or lower riparian, affects Uganda. So that is our intricate position in the Nile. And the more reason why we are very much concerned at what happened in the Nile Basin. The technical people agreed to look at the problem together. And since that time, cooperation has been building. And I think it's one of the recommendations that Romania put forward, that bit by bit. So since that time, we have been moving on steadily, getting more people. At first, there were about 3-4 countries. We are now 9 countries sitting around the same table, discussing the issues that are common to us.
We need to understand and to devise mechanisms on how to shift from volumetric sharing of water to benefit sharing. And I think as capacity building again, we need to develop analytical capacity in our region so that we can understand in the context of the Nile Basin how benefit can be shared, and then guide, contribute our ideas to decision makers.
And in Africa, I mean, it's already happening. I mean, there's flooding in some parts of Africa, there's drought, severe drought in other parts of Africa. So if we have to tackle this issue quickly, I think the factor that's going to make us move quickly is, I think, the issue of climate change.
My experience with creating platform is that it's very important to generate shared benefits so that everybody feels a part of the platform. By creating these shared benefits, we generate interest, which becomes an incentive to bring stakeholders on board. And also, we should have a joint vision as stakeholders working together on a particular project.
Do we have Burkina online? Burkina?
We have priority areas in the basin, and there are three: to develop social infrastructure to preserve ecosystems, to reinforce capacities for the water users.
Joan, could you please give us your reflections on what you have heard during the sessions?
Greetings, everyone. I think that one of the sticking points has been, at what point do we bring in the non-technical ministries? At what point do we bring in the foreign minister, for example? And I would be very interested if other people have a comment on that. How do you decide when it is appropriate to move to that level? Thank you.
I think ministers of finance need to be brought on board, as well as the ministers of energy and agriculture and other stakeholders. So stakeholders within the boundaries and outside the boundaries need to be brought together.
Just three very short points. The countries are solving their water problems according to the different levels of development, but neighbor countries that share water, they actually share a territory of a region, which means that they have similar aspects, physical aspects. And then I come to the 3 points. They could come all these to the legislation of neighbor countries that would enable good solutions. They could have a better level of information. I don't mean physical information, that we are plenty of them, but I mean socioeconomic information to make the calculation mentioned by Ashok. And finally, the participatory process, because when the stakeholders participate, they feel like owners, and the owners used to solve in a better way their own problems.
We're talking transboundary basins, and if we talk sustainability, we need to talk holistic sustainability. You cannot talk Uganda is being sustainable and Rwanda not sustainable, or Ethiopia or Egypt. So we have to talk sustainability on a broader sense. First. Second, I'm very happy to know that there's progress being made, but still a long way to go. And we need to tackle those political and technical aspects and put them on the right track at the right time. Third, I think that we need a bunch of principles here, and the principles in these countries in Africa are not precisely the same that we have here in Europe or in Latin America. But I think that we can wrap this up in a sentence. The best is yet to come, and I'm sure it's coming.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.